Ride to the airport tomorrow. Anyone going to the airport tomorrow, find Billy Bellina. He will gladly take
needs to be
a ride.
hijacked. That's what he needs, a hijack.
Renee Robertson is here. Renee, where's the hairbrush? What room was that? Jill Cherniak and Mary Lou, so great to see you. Here we go.
Especially for Holly and for JD.
Yes, I concur. Indeed.
Kevin Grout right there on the vocals. Hey, we're going to do one called On the Radio polka. And we're going to send this out to all the IJs and DJs out there. He's got his own fan club. You can sign up on tbone.com. But here's one called On the Radio polka. Thank you for all the IJs and DJs that spread the word of all these wonderful festivals. We really need your help and support to keep them all going. So appreciate that. Dick Pizzacco, right up front here. Good to see you, my friend. You're looking great. Here we go. One from our CD called On the Radio.
Check, check, check. I think my ear just changed. Can't get this back in.
Your
having a great time. I love coming to these festivals. I'll tell you, it's seeing a lot of old friends we haven't seen in a while. As I mentioned, we're celebrating our 27th year as a band, and we're very blessed to be together. And I'm blessed to be standing on stage with my brother musicians up here. But before we started, the Maestros band 27 years ago, these guys were off in their own directions, and they were making great music. And we're going to feature right now the gentleman that had his own great band that left his own mark in polka music. Jackie LaBera and the Classics did some great music. So we'd like to do a couple of those songs right now we all love. And one is called the Good Wishes polka. So can we do a little Good Wishes? And a little nostalgia right now? So let's do it. Good Wishes.
All right, especially Keith Kitranchik. He wants this song also. Troy Godelot, Alex, Jeffrey. Vanessa Aishas once again, especially with Jacob and Christina. Here we go.
And Rachel. Can't forget about Rachel.
Rachel. Oh, yeah, Rachel.
Do
Sorry.
you love Rachel?
She saved your money.
You can beat me up later.
About that classic music right there. Can we do one more? We were made for each other. Let's do that one right now. Jerry and Jerry Solabuga. Good to see you here. Father and son. Always great to see you. God bless you both. Looking great. Here we go. We were made for each other.
All right, especially with Danny and Carolyn. Especially with Danny and Carolyn. Right? For Randy and Roberta Palovic here with us also. All the way from South Bend. Here we go. We were made for each other.
Spread on it.
We
We'd like to recognize another Polka Hall of Famer that just got inducted to the Polka Hall of Fame from our state of Connecticut. I've been friends with this gentleman for 34 years. I know his passion for polka music. And he's been a DJ that started in the 70s, and he continues today on terrestrial radio and the internet. He's a member of the Broadcasting Polka Hall of Fame. His radio shows present our polka music in the greatest spirit, and that's what we need, right? He's also received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the USPA, and just yesterday was inducted to the Polka Hall of Fame. And for 7 years, he worked very hard to make our state of Connecticut proud, because we are one of the few states that have an official state polka. It's the ballroom polka. Yeah, isn't that great? So I turn the microphone over and join us with a song right now. The latest Hall of Famer, Peter J. Danielczyk.
Thank you, Dennis.
He's a Hall of Fame picking the game listener.
Here we go, right on the right.
Just hiding here, hiding there, hiding everywhere. It's the birthday boy's here, his father death is here. Just hiding here, hiding there, hiding everywhere. Let's all play hide and seek. Everybody now, apple pieces, pumpkin pie. Who's not ready? All right, let's all play hide and seek. Apple pieces, pumpkin pie. Who's not ready? Let's all play hide and seek. Oh yeah! Just hiding here, hiding there, hiding everywhere. Cause Gina's right there, and Ernie's way back there. Just hiding here, hiding there, hiding everywhere. Let's all play hide and seek. Everybody now! Apple, peaches, pumpkin pie. Who's not ready? All right. Let's all play hide and seek. Apple, peaches, pumpkin pie. Who's not ready? All right. Let's all play hide and seek. Oh yeah! Thank you, the Maestros man.
Peter J. Danielczyk. Congratulations. Well, I gotta move my sax and clarinet stand over. Because we got a brother musician coming up here. This guy is like sweeping all the awards here. To the moon and back. Brother musician up here. Let's call him up here. Polka Hall of Famer. Was getting some great awards as he always does. And male vocalist and to the moon and back. I don't get a chance to jam together, but I do appreciate every moment. Here we go. Round of applause for Lenny Gamuka. So we recorded this song. I actually wrote this many years ago, but then he said, I always liked this song. It featured the clarinet, and he's coming up to do it. It's called Lightly and Politely.
Quick story about this song. The first time they ever played it, I was playing with Andy on horn, and we were so awed by what they were doing, we forgot to come in. So hopefully we won't do it again today. But they are just fantastic on the clarinet too.
would you entertain me with the next song? Because I want to ask Lenny to do the clarinet polka with us, all right? We don't get very many opportunities to cross paths, I'm just saying. But we'll be together for the IPA benefit in March. We're looking forward we look forward to that. Absolutely in Ludlow. But here we go, one called the Clarinet Polka. Oh yeah, we got a request for Connie and Brian Hill. They want to hear the Clarinet Polka, absolutely.
Hey, especially for JP with us. God bless you, Godfather. Godfather of the chat room. That's right. Especially for JP. Mr. Piet Reinschel.
You know that like
I wasn't listening. Especially for Les and Alice Kapuscinski with us. Adam and Angela Biskup also. Our friends north of the border, here we go. And John and Danuta also, here we go. Especially for all our friends north of the border. Clarinet Polka, here we go.
better than that.
How about a hand for Dennis Polisky on the clarinet, everybody? And how about a hand for the band, by the way?
Wow, that was fun. Like I said, we don't get together very often, but that made my night. You know, the polka festivals, you get together with friends like this. No matter what's going on in your life, you might have a bad week, a bad year, a bad anything, but you just show up and you're blessed to be with friends, and they carry you. They carry you. The polka music family here is the best, and I couldn't trade it for anything in my life. How about a round of applause for all you guys? All right, so let's do another feel-good song right now. So,
So I just witnessed like a crazy clarinet thing going on here. They're like, hey, Kevin, why don't you sing your goofy song after that? Thanks a lot. Yeah. It'll be over in a couple minutes, folks. Just hang in there.
Don't believe him. He loves doing this song.
I want to do a song to our friend that's tuning in right now. Mike Reel is watching us live. How about a round of applause? We're sending him love. Mikey Reel. Darlene.
Hello. How you doing? You ready? A one, a two, a one.
They're going, but here we are, still growing strong. Put your phones down. Was in the spring, and spring would make us strong. You can believe you'd come along with something new. We see those hands, put them up. Let's sing it, what you and I. Reach it out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I'm getting fine. To believe they never would. Look in the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We threw it up, we don't see. And when I hurt, hurting comes off my shoulder. How can I hurt when holding you on when I'm dead? Who's warm out there? It's warm, always reaching out, touching me up, touching. Let's go! Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I'm feeling fine. This is the biggest crowd I've ever had in my life. I'm getting excited! 1, 2, 3, 4! Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. Sweet Caroline, the lonely day never was. One more time, sing to me! Sweet Caroline.
Detective, settle down. Hello, how are you?
Thank you, Kevin. He's the shy guy in our band. So we're going to do a song right now. This is one of our favorite bands. I wish they were still playing. Maybe a reunion is in order for the news. I don't know. Just saying. But we went out to Arizona, and I couldn't bring my tenor sax because it wouldn't fit in the overhead case. So I called our good friend Tommy Wonderland. What am I going to do, Tommy? He said, use my sax. It'd be an honor. And I'll come and jam. So we went to Phoenix, Arizona. Tommy come up and jam with us. And here's a song we did together called Still. If there's any still dancers out there. But we're looking forward to heading back there in April. We'll be back in Phoenix, Arizona. And if Tommy is online or listening, and Felicia, we'll send this out to you. And let's have a reunion of the news, right? Just saying. All right, here we go. One called Still.
On a downtown sidewalk, I saw you today. You smiled, you look happy with him. I tried to smile, I told you I was strong now. But baby, I lied, I was dying inside. Damn, after all of this time, one look at you stops this moment of mine. Damn, yes, the thought of your kiss. I close my eyes, I get anxious. You always have and you always will. Really make my heart dance. Oh, I tried to be strong and move on. Believe me, I tried. But then, one day realized the way I get with, when my whole world is turning in the palm of your hand, and I'm standing still. It's the dawn of your kiss. I close my eyes, I get Dale. Now, if Tommy was here, he'd probably say something like, did you have a good weekend here at IPA? Are you coming back next year? God bless polka music. God bless polka fans. God bless the USA. It's the dawn of your kiss. I close my eyes, I get issues with this. You think you always have and you always will. Really make my heart stand still. Every day is the same, oh, nothing has changed. Always in my mind. I bet steal or borrow or change one tomorrow with you. Every time. Oh.
We got time to do one more song. We'll turn the stage over to the great sounds of John Gooda. Before we head out, I want you to give a round of applause to each and every one of the Maestros, man. We've been blessed to be together for 27 years of the band. They still put up with me. Go figure. I want you to meet our trumpet player on the far left side of the stage. From East Hampton, Massachusetts, Jim Motica. The shy guy from Gales Ferry, Connecticut, Kevin Kraut. On the drums, smiling away as he holds our beat. His name is Ken Yash from Webster, Massachusetts. This gentleman on the squeeze box, he's from Griswold, Connecticut. We call him Mega Man, Rich Bernier. And over there on the far right side of the stage, the gentleman that's been here since day one. He still puts up with me, and I don't know how he does it.
What the hell was I thinking?
Local Hall of Famer, plays keyboards, he plays concertina, clarinet, sax, trumpet. He plays everything. He's the phone book. He's a member of the Folk Hall of Fame, Charlton, Massachusetts, Jackie Libera.
And ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for Polka Hall of Famer, the leader of the Maestros band on clarinet and sax, Mr. Dennis Polisky.
Really good to be back here for the 55th anniversary. Thank you. All your smiling faces lift our spirits. As we mentioned, these guys, before we got together 27 years ago as a band, we're all doing their own thing. You heard some music of the classics. Well, Richie played with Happy Louie, the New Brass, Dick Pillar. So we have a little medley of his songs we're going to do right now called Richie's Medley.
And Richie wants to send it out especially to all the ladies of the ensemble. Don't forget, you're going home to Missy.
I'm 73 on
sweet loving darling. Overnight, overnight, loving you. Overnight,
John tells
Well, thank you. I actually was hoping you'd yell one more. Would you entertain me with a request? And I didn't ask these guys. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to do one more song. But if you would all entertain me with a request, which would mean a lot to me from the heart. So there's a song Brother Hank over there came up with Polka Family. It's called We Are Family. Can I get John Guda and Hank over here? Hank Lucevic, John Guda, Lenny Gomulka. Can we get Wally Dombrowski out here? Can we get... Humor me. I'm having fun tonight, all right? I don't get to do this very often. And see my brother musician, Jackie LaBear, all these Polka Hall of Famers. We didn't rehearse this. I didn't even ask these guys. I hope you don't get mad. We'll have a beer together. John Guda, Hank Lucevic. Can we come over here? Wally Dombrowski, Lenny Gomulka, Jackie LaBear. Let's do one together because we are truly one family.
food.
Hank Lucevic, take a break over there. You're working too hard.
It's only been 30 years since we did that song together. Kevin, your lips stains delicious. Thank you.
Hank Lucevic, will you do us the honor? You guys got it?
All right.
You got it?
Henry's here.
Hold on.
Let's see what happens here.
He's here. He's here.
All of us are legal aliens all across the border.
Where the hell is it?
Dennis, where's Randy?
We didn't rehearse this, but I hope somebody videotapes this. Can you send it to me?
Dennis, somebody tell Dennis Randy. Let's go get Randy.
That's okay.
We can pass the iPad around.
Hey, where's Randy Kozlowski? Is he here?
Where's Randy Kozlowski?
He was
Randy's the one that wrote it. Randy.
Come up. I saw him working.
This whole song is his fault. Get up here, Randy. Where are you?
Is Randy still in the house? Somebody said he went to dinner. Is he still here?
Randy.
He's getting ready for the GI Jam. He's got the GI Jam going. I don't know where that.
Earlier when I was saying how I could say things to freak you out.
Okay.
Fall for it.
I'm excited here.
Got your own weapon now.
I never had all these great talents up here on the stage with us.
boy.
But this is what the IPA and all these festivals do, bring us all together.
I have to do it in Polish because I forgot English.
Like on your phone.
I got you right before you go.
You're gonna want it because this is
Hey,
Facebook.
you ready? Okay, man.
Just
Ready?
record it on your phone.
What's it?
You guys ready? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. We are the family.
We're the best of friends, getting together now and then. We are family, Polka family. This is what a family's supposed to be. We travel coast to west coast and places in between. Our love for this music binds us together.
What's the part of one they call a family? Come on!
We are family, both are family. We're not friends, yet together now and then. We are family, both are family.
Okay, good on. Good on. Good.
We travel the country supporting polka music.
East Coast to West Coast and places in between. Old friends meet new friends and if you miss foundation. Knowing that the party's
We are family, both are family. We're best friends, getting together now and then. We are family, both are family. This is what makes me supposed to be.
Bring it down now.
We are family, both are family. We're best friends, getting together now and then. We are family, both are family. This is what makes me supposed to be.
Big round of applause for our brother musician.
Thank you.
I'm happy now. I'm gonna go get a Polisky. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the night with great music. Thank you all my brother musicians. It was great.